Hey y'all, hey, it's Troyia Monay back to y'all with another video. Today's video is super exciting as always. In today's video, we are going to be discussing my top books, you guys. My top books for entrepreneurship, my top books for mental health, personal development, personal growth, you guys. My top business books as well. I have a ton of books, y'all. Like, I got all of these. We got these. We got a bunch of different books that I have here that I am going to be sharing with you guys. Like I said earlier, it's not going to be just entrepreneurship. Definitely books that are going to help you with personal development and personal growth as well. If you guys know me and you've been following me for some time now, you guys know that in order for you to have a successful business, and especially those of you guys who are solopreneurs, it all starts with the foundation. Guess what? The foundation is you. So if you aren't mentally good, if your personal growth and development is not good, guess what? Your business, it may just not be good. So a lot of these books are for personal health and development, and a bunch of them, for the most part, a lot of them actually are for business development and just business resources and overall business knowledge as well, you guys. So if you are just as excited about this video as I am, make sure you guys go through, stay tuned. I have a bunch of books here I'm going to share with you guys today, and make sure you guys stay tuned for the video. All right. So let's go through and hop right on in, you guys. So the first book I want to share with you guys is called I Am My Brand, How to Build Your Brand Without Apology, you guys. And this book is by the author Kubi Springer, a Black female author. We love it. So this book is all about, you know, how to go through and build a personal brand. So I saw this in Barnes & Noble a few times, but I was a little bit skeptical on whether or not I wanted to go through and purchase it. So I did some more research on it on my own. I actually went and followed Kubi Springers. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. And I just fell in love with her as a person. She's so good when it comes to branding, you guys. Make sure you guys go through and follow her. So good when it comes to branding. She shares a lot of gems when it comes to branding as well. So inside the book, it just says, I Am My Brand is the ultimate toolkit for personal brand success, featuring dynamic female brand builders from around the world. This book is a tapestry for personal brand advice. So I am very interested in growing my personal brand a lot more. As you guys can see, I'm posting a lot more on social media on my personal pages these days. So I am super excited about this book to help me as far as personal branding goes. And then it's not going to do anything but help me as far as my business is concerned as well. Because you guys know, people shop with people. People don't necessarily shop with brands and businesses all the time. So the more that your personal brand is, you know, displayed, and it also has a little bit more so of a mix as far as your business too, it can definitely help you more than it will hurt you. So I definitely recommend this book if you guys are interested in some personal branding as well. All right, so up next we have Profit First. And I'm pretty sure if you guys have watched my video on how to manage money, you have seen this book or you have heard me talk about it. So Profit First is all about transforming your business from a cash-eating monster to a money-making machine, you guys. So this book is definitely going to help you if you need more help with accounting, more help with, you know, getting information as far as, you know, taxes and money is concerned, on how to manage money in general when it comes to business. So this book follows 4 principles that can simplify accounting and make it easier to manage profitable business. It also is going to help you as far as making money, give you more advice that way. Ooh, I'm about to drop it. Give you more advice there as well, you guys. So definitely go through here and get Profit First, especially those of you guys who may not be in a place yet to go through and afford a CPA or some type of tax expert or someone to handle your bookkeeping. This is definitely a really good starting point if you are having issues understanding money. The next book that I want to recommend to you guys is called Likable Social Media, How to Delight Your Customers, Create an Irresistible Brand, and Be Generally Amazing on All Social Networks That Matter. And this is the 3rd edition, which lets me know that it's definitely a lot of changes, as you guys know, when it comes to social media. Social media changes all the time. The algorithm, Instagram, TikTok, literally TikTok came out of nowhere, you know, earlier, you know, this year, and different things like that as well. So I'm super excited to dive right on into this book. It's definitely going to help you as far as, you know, how to go through and allow your customers to engage with you a little bit more, you know, build engagement, create an irresistible brand, and how to do all of that on several different forms of social media. So it talks about Twitter in here. It talks about Instagram. It talks a lot about Facebook in here as well. So I love that. It also gives you some really good tips and tricks on how to go through and make yourself a little bit more visible on social. So I definitely recommend this book, and this is by the author Dave Kirpin. So make sure you guys go through and check this out if you are having some difficulty as far as building engagement on social. All right, y'all. So the next book that I want to recommend to you guys is called Relationship Goals by Pastor Michael Todd. No, this is not a type of business book at all, but I really, really, really love this book. It talks a lot about relationships, and you guys know, like, when it comes to, you know, starting a business or anything like that, building relationships is so important. You're building a relationship with your customer. Yes, it talks about a lot about romantic relationships, but it definitely gave me a new perspective when it comes to my actual customer, and it also helped me a lot in my personal life too. So definitely go through and grab this book. It is called Relationship Goals. So definitely go through and grab this. It is how to learn how to win in relationships. So definitely a really, really good read. All right, so up next we have this kind of like workbook. It is called Master Your Business, a workbook to grow your creative passion into a full-time gig. And when I saw this in Barnes & Noble, of course I was like immediately drawn to it because the cover is so cute. But when I was like flipping through it, I was like, this is a little amateur. This is for, you know, those business owners, or, you know, aspiring business owners, those who are just getting their feet wet in the industry. But then something told me, Troyia, you just talked a lot about in your last Wind Down Wednesday how to take your business back to the basics, how to go through and, you know, make things a little bit more simplistic, how to take your business back to those early stages and not forget about those really, really important things that you want to implement within your business in the early stages. So this book right here is a guide and workbook for entrepreneurs who want to turn their creative passions into money makers. So this book is more so of a workbook. It has a lot of pages that are going to help you guys if you are in the early stages of starting any type of business. And they do talk about, you know, target audience, coffee dates, as far as networking. It talks about like a monthly calendar, editorial calendar, email marketing, building engagement, market research, like a lot of those things that you do in the early stages of starting a business. But you guys know I'm in the stage right now of rebranding my business, so I want to make sure that I don't forget anything during that rebranding process. So that's really the reason why I picked this up, and also to give me more ideas as far as video content is concerned that I can do for you guys here on YouTube. All right, so up next we have this book here called Master Your Time, Master Your Life, the groundbreaking system to get more results faster in every area of your life. Y'all, I know y'all probably like, oh my gosh, Troyia has it all together, but I don't. My biggest thing that I have the most trouble with is time management, y'all. Literally, I will spend hours doing one task and not get to all the other tasks that I have to go through and do, just because I'm like, okay, I'm creating content, I'm creating YouTube videos. I will literally sit down and film a YouTube video 5 or 6 times to get it perfect, and then not have enough time to do a bunch of other things on my to-do list, right? So I got this to go through to help me with time management, to help me with productivity, to go through and help me to make sure that I'm spending time on things that I need to go through and spend time on. So this book is all about, you know, time is money, as the saying goes, but most of us never feel we have enough of it either. In Master Your Time, Master Your Life, intentionally acclaimed productivity expert and best-selling author Brian Tracey presents a brilliant new approach of time management that will help you gain control of your time, accomplish more faster and more easier than you ever thought was possible. So I am so excited about this book. I'm actually going to start reading this tonight. I just picked this up from Barnes & Noble today. So I am going to start reading this tonight. I'm so excited about it because I really want to master time. Y'all, for the most part, I am still a solopreneur. I do have a couple people on my team, give or take, but for the most part, I am doing everything. So mastering my time is something super, super important. And if you guys are solopreneurs as well, I really recommend you to get this book. All right, so up next, we have another book it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People, the only book you need to lead you to success, by Dale Carnegie. And I picked up this book. It was actually a recommendation from my boyfriend. So I did go through and pick this up just because he's really, really good as far as networking and building relationships with people and just like talking to people overall. Like, he's really, really good at that. Me personally, I'm really shy. Like, I am not that great when it comes to actually like talking to people, you know, like on an everyday basis, right? So I got this to help me as far as networking, that type of thing. And it's another thing, you know, relationships. It all boils back down to relationships. So that's why I went through and picked this up. I haven't started reading this just yet, but I am excited to go through and tackle this. I think I'm going to start this probably this fall. So I am excited about this book. It is Achieve Your Maximum Potential, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Go after the job you want, get it. Take the job you have and improve it. Take any situation and make it work for you. So I'm excited about this. It's going to definitely help me as far as, you know, getting conversations started, how to win friends, how to gain maybe not necessarily personal friends, but definitely like, you know, work friends, business friends, different things like that as well. So I'm really excited about this. And it also talks about influencing people. You guys know that I am slowly but surely becoming more of a bigger influencer, maybe is what you might call it. So I'm excited to go through and read this as well. All right, up next is another kind of like workbook type of journal. This is called the 100-Day Goal Journal. Accomplish what matters to you, you guys. So I saw this in Barnes & Noble, and I was like, that might be something interesting for me to kind of do on a daily basis. I have the hardest time with journaling. Journaling used to be something I used to enjoy, but then I thought about it as like it was taking a lot of time to actually go through and journal. So I like these kind of like written prompts that they have in here. Hopefully you guys can see it. This is something that you do in the morning, and then it also has an evening side. So I'm super excited about this. It, you know, asks you what's one thing you're grateful for. You know, in 32 days, I will do this. To achieve this goal, I have to accomplish these smaller goals each day. It has a daily action plan. It talks about, you know, winding down from the day. What are something great that happened that day? What are 3 struggles that I encountered? What are some, you know, solutions for these struggles? My overall discipline, you can rate your overall day. And how much closer did I get to my goal than I was yesterday? So I thought that this would be really, really good because I do have a lot more business endeavors that I'm trying to slowly but surely accomplish. And I just thought that this will help me, you know, keep me on track and make sure that I am actually accomplishing a lot of the different goals and things that I have set out for myself. So it just says on the back, accomplish your #1 goal in 100 days. Stay focused with this daily journal. Are you an aspiring business owner or a student striving to make good grades? Whatever your goal is, this interactive guide journal will guide you through every step of the way. So I'm excited to actually start using this and get, you know, a little bit more familiar with my overall goals, identify some of the things I'm struggling with daily to go through and accomplish those goals as well. So make sure you guys go through and check this out. All right, so up next we have this book here called The Little Black Book of Success, Laws of Leadership for Black Women. And I recently saw this in Barnes & Noble, and I was like, this seems a little bit interesting. I'm all for a good book dedicated to Black women. So I actually kind of started reading it a little bit while I was in the checkout line in Barnes & Noble, just because I was really, really excited about it. And I actually did do a little bit more research on it, looked at some of the reviews on Amazon, and a lot of people were talking, were basically saying that this is kind of like the book, like all the advice your grandmother, your elders, different things like that told you, but in a book form. So it's definitely full of a lot of like, you know, older Black women, you know, really running to engage with younger Black women and teach them some of the things that they wish that they would have known in their earlier days, especially when it comes to success, especially when it comes to career and entrepreneurship and that type of thing. So I went through and picked this up. It is by... I'm not even finna butcher their names, but make sure you guys go through and screenshot this. I'm excited to go through and get started reading it. It just talks about a mentor in your pocket. It is written by 3 dynamic and successful Black female executives who share their strategies to help all Black women at any level of their career play the power game and win. So I'm really excited about this book. So make sure you guys go through and grab it, and I'll let you guys know how I like it. All right, you guys, up next is one of my favorite books, and this book is called Professional Troublemaker, The Fear Fighter Manual. I've mentioned this book several times on my Wind Down Wednesdays, and it is because this book has helped me so much, you guys. It talks a lot. If you're experiencing fear in any type of way, if it's, you know, fear as far as the future, fear as if it's starting a business, fear when it comes to any type of fear, definitely go through and read this book. It is the Fear Fighter Manual, you guys. Literally, I got so much highlighted and written down in this book. Let me read y'all a quote that I have highlighted in here as well, y'all. I literally love this book. Right here, just a small quote. It just says, knowing ourselves is important because it provides that foundation for us. To know yourself is to write your values and commit, even if your goals are insane. It is to know not only who you are, who I am, but whose I am. So it definitely does have a lot of references to the Bible, a lot of references to God. It talks a lot about, you know, how to go through and overcome fear. You have the right to be here is something that she always, you know, goes through and talks about. Like, you have the right to be here. Like, don't feel like you're out of place being in the world. Don't feel like you're out of place in the career that you're in. You're where you are supposed to be in this moment for a reason, right? So it really, really is a really great book. Definitely going to help you guys as far as fear is concerned. Here's another thing. It just says, but here's the thing. We're human. Fear is God's way of making sure we're not being utterly stupid and jumping off of mountains without parachutes. It just says, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, we're always going to have fears, you know. It's more so of not allowing those fears to go through and, you know, take advantage of us or anything like that. So if you are experiencing fear in any type of way, go through and read this book. I'm like almost halfway done with it. So I really, really, really love this book. Make sure you guys go through and grab this if you are experiencing fear in any way. All right, up next we have this book here called Attract New Customers, 100+ Ideas to Bring in More Customers. So I am really excited to go through and to start reading this book, you guys. I actually saw this when I was in Barnes & Noble and more so of like the business section. And you guys know, like I always talk about, I'm in the process of rebranding and relaunching my business. So I'm always trying to find new ways to attract new customers, especially since my new target audience and different things like that are concerned. So it is 100+ ideas to bring in more customers. I love the fact that it does have action items in here. It does give you real life scenarios, takeaways. I love this book so far. I love that it gives you really, really good examples on how to go through and attract those new customers as well. So this is going to be a really, really good idea if you are having issues attracting new customers. A good book if you are having trouble attracting new customers. So if you guys are, definitely go through and grab this. It just says your guide to everything about customers from dealing with. All right, you guys, so up next we have one of my favorite books. I actually read this when I was living in New York City, and I think I read it twice at this point. I'm probably gonna read it again. It is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, however you say his last name. It is a practical guide to personal freedom. So the 4 agreements is to be impeccable with your word. The second one is to don't take anything personally. The last one is to do not make assumptions. And then the all right, you guys, so up next we have one of my favorite books, and it is called The 4 Agreements. Y'all, I'm pretty sure you have seen this book before. I'm pretty sure maybe you guys have read it in school or anything like that. But this is more so of a personal growth / self-help book. Y'all, I love this book. When I tell you, when I read this, it gave me such a new outlook on life, just because a lot of the things in here were things that I was doing that were hindering me, not only from success and career and money, but, you know, hindering myself in my personal growth and my personal development as well. So one of the 4 agreements, the first one is to be impeccable with your word. The second one is to don't take anything personally. The third one is to don't make assumptions. And then the last one is to always do your best, you guys. So one thing that I really learned in this book is to don't make assumptions. Like, I will literally make an assumption like this fast. But going through and reading this, it definitely gave me like a new perspective. So if you guys are having issues as far as like, you know, personal growth and, you know, personal development or anything like that, definitely go through and get this. It just says in the 4 agreements, the 4 agreements reveals the source of self-limiting beliefs that rob us of joy and creating needless suffering. So this is really good book if you guys are having issues as far as personal growth and development, or even if you aren't having issues, just definitely an overall really good book. And then last but not least, one of the books that I am really excited about, this book is called The Little Red Book of Selling, 12.5 Principles of Sales Greatness, How to Make Sales Forever. So I am always looking for some good resources on how to garner more sales, you guys. How to get more profit, how to make more money, how to build more engagement, how to go through and get the coin, okay? So I seen this book in Barnes & Noble, and I was like reading it. I was skimming it. It's such an easy read, you guys. Like, look at these pages. Such an easy read. And I love the fact that it's one of those books that kind of just get down to it. Just gets right to the point. I don't like the books that, you know, talk about the success of a multimillionaire and how he got there. No, give me the secret sauce. Tell me what you did without overly telling me about your process, basically. So it has a bunch of different quotes in here. It really just goes through and gets right down to things. It has a bunch of different things called the red bites that are basically kind of like, you know, little tidbits of great information. It has different principles in here. It talks about personal branding. It talks a lot about networking. Just an overall great book if you are interested in learning a little bit more on how to make sales forever, you guys. So this is a really, really good book. I'm excited to go through and take a deeper dive into it. I already started reading it, and so far it definitely has helped me as far as, you know, my launch plan, my marketing plan, and different things like that as well. Well, all right, you guys, that pretty much concludes this video. I have a bunch of books that I am super excited to take a deeper dive into. Hopefully this gave you guys some great perspective as to maybe some books that you might want to go through and purchase. I will see you guys in the next video. All the books will be listed down below in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.